Hey everybody, thanks for joining me again. This is Jasmine on Ethereal Pathways. Ethereal Pathways. Sorry, I skated right through that. So I wanted to share a quick little video this morning about more truths and things that have been shown to me over the last couple days since my last video, and just how transformative it has been to make this one decision in my life to release this relationship to the highest good it can be, and release this person to their highest good, and release the outcome. It has completely shifted my paradigm about everything in my life. It has changed how I feel about my jobs, working for somebody else when I want to work for myself, knowing that I deserve better and I'm ready. I want that. I want the freedom. I want to be able to help people full time doing this. And, I'm just starting to, put in the work towards that little by little. So I'll probably be posting a lot more. And I'm overcoming my fears of, putting myself out there and accepting judgment and releasing the outcome of that, because I know who I am. I'm now stepping into who I really am. And I'm now realizing that this is who I'm meant to be. This is who I am supposed to be in this life, to help people shift and to help them grow and help them release the fears and face them head on and just release them, and with love and detachment, to be able to move forward, remove their blocks. And that was a huge block for me, was my need to feel need and wanted and desired in a relationship. And I had no idea that what was going to happen when I did that. I didn't know what was going to be on the other side of that. I just knew that I was done. And a lot of times you don't know, you feel the fear of letting go of somebody that means so much to you, of, what might be out there or not out there. You may never meet somebody like that, but you got to overcome the fear. You got to let go of that fear in order to step to the other side of that doorway. That's a portal to your next level up, to your next version of self, your higher version of self, that you have to overcome. It's like an initiation. It's a test. And you not knowing the outcome on the other side, you got to let that go. That's a fear that I had, and I had to let that go. And I had to let go of the past version of me that felt the need to hold on to people that didn't choose me fully the way I chose them, didn't give to me fully and love me fully the way that I loved them. I had to let go of that version of myself and step into that fear and face it head on and say, you know what? I don't care. Whatever is on the other side of this is better than the way I'm feeling right now. And I had to get to that point. So it took me a while. I was stubborn, but I had to get to that point. And so it's can be nothing better than, it's always, what I'm trying to say is it's got to be better than what I had and where I was at emotionally. I was stuck. I was in fear. I was in anxiety. I wasn't sleeping. I had a lot of fears of losing this person and the love that I thought was there. But then I come to realize how much I wasn't being loved the way that I was loving that person, how much they were holding back because of their fears. And in order, I started shifting the way I looked at it. I thought, well, you know what? This is again, just like the last person that was, we were just friends at that point, but there was romantic interest there and there was love there. And I had to do the same thing then. And it reminded me of that. And I said, okay, here's another test. I was settling again in this relationship in the same way, with third parties, with somebody emotionally holding back because of their fears. And I had to choose myself. I had to choose what's best for me and my emotional well-being and take my power back and move on with my life until that person steps up, does their work, moves past their fears, and releases those blocks, those emotional blocks in their life, people they're holding on to from the past, traumatic events, losing people that they loved, and that pain, and they're afraid to let go of it because what would that mean for them? They would lose them forever. But you can't allow that to stop you. You've got to allow them to do their work. And by me doing my work of stepping forward into my power, taking my power back, making my own life decision, I can't tell you how empowering that is for me to now take that power back. And now I'm moving forward in my life. That was the major block in my life, was this romantic relationship, whether it was him or somebody else. it was a high level soulmate, and I had to choose myself. And by me freeing myself, it allows him to choose, free will now, for him to choose whether he wants to take that initiation like I did or not, to come up to my level, do the work, and come up to my level. And that's what it's about. I'm no longer holding him back by not choosing myself, because again, I was settling and I wasn't choosing myself and my needs being met. By me doing that, it frees him up. It sets him free to make the choice to move forward or not, or stay stuck in his toxic patterns and keep repeating a pattern in relationships until he finally does that work. And so you're actually helping other people when you move past your fears to release the attachment to them, whatever it may be, or the outcome of the relationship, even if it's a family member. I had to do that with a family member. I love my family, but I had to choose myself and my best well-being, and I was not in a good place, and I had to do that a few months ago. And I hate having to do that, but I have to choose myself above all others. And if something's not emotionally lining up for me and it's putting me in a bad mood, a negative mood, I need to release the attachment to that person or that thing. And so in the outcome. And that frees them up to do their work. So you're helping people by releasing the attachment to them or the situation. It could be a job. You're helping yourself and you're helping that other person by releasing the attachment to it and opening yourself up for a better option or a better future for yourself by doing that, by moving past those fears and releasing the attachment to it. So I hope this helps some people out there. I'm going to be dropping some more videos of things I've learned. There's a lot more that I've learned. I just didn't want to go into it this morning. I got to, get ready to go to work my day job. And I'm hoping soon one day that I won't, have to work for somebody else, that it'll evolve into me helping people full time like this. All right, y'all take care, and I'll leave you in love and light.